Gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the LG offices in New York City. I'm Axel Toss. I'm joined by Axlab. You're watching the Acer TeamStory Cup, and we got a matchup between Liquid and Acer. These are two of the premier leagues in all the world, especially in the Western scene. And if you and all your friends are not watching this, you're doing something wrong.
You're absolutely doing something wrong. This match is getting intense. In the first matchup, we saw Bly take out Rhett. Then Liquid struck back, fueling Taeja on Whirlwind. Taeja took revenge against Bly. The next map in a series is going to be, Star Station.
Okay.
So who does Acer use on Star Station against Taeja?
Star Station, Acer versus Taeja. You suggested MMA or Scarlet.
Yeah.
And a big mystery is, will Scarlet
Even play? Yeah. That's a huge question. We don't know.
So when thinking of the lineup for Acer, I mean, Innovation's the obvious. Like, they just picked him up.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're going to use Innovation and MMA.
It's kind of why
Yep.
they picked up Innovation, honestly, for leagues like this. No reason not to use him. So
Well, and the fact that he wins everything.
and he's kind of okay at StarCraft.
Yeah.
He's considered one of the best StarCraft 2 players in the world. So it's like, but if you have a player like that, I mean, you're gonna. Using him in team leagues would be a good idea. He all-killed Quantic Gaming in week 2, taking out Hyun Hwangsin.
Taking out Hyun twice, actually.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That is scary.
That is scary.
We're tied 1-1 here, Liquid Acer.
We are.
This is already like getting a little bit. This is getting a little bit intense for me. Very intense.
So the question now is, are they gonna play when they're Zerg players? Right? They have a lot of Zerg players. They have Nurchio left. They have Scarlet, and they have ParanOid. I think is either our last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nurchio, Scarlet, ParanOid. Yep.
Dark Hydra, Terran. They don't have any Protosses.
Nope. Well, Nurchio and Scarlet both really don't like Protoss. They really hate Protoss. So I don't think they'll allow any Protoss on their team. It's one of those things like we just don't associate with their
that's
time.
true. Enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be ParanOid. So ParanOid is next up, which tells me Scarlet is almost for sure not gonna play in this match, unfortunately. Probably taking a little more of a break, letting her wrists heal up for WCS. So after ParanOid, the other two players are probably gonna be MMA and Innovation. May see Nurchio replace one of those, depending on who's available. But it's going to be ParanOid against Taeja.
Yeah, so ParanOid, a little bit about him. ParanOid is from, Poland.
Yes.
His name is Rafał Kontowicz. Zerg player.
I think he's one of the more underrated Zergs. It happens if you're on a team with Acer. When you look at Acer, you think of Acer Zergs, you think of Nurchio, Scarlet, and then maybe Bly. And ParanOid, honestly, he's up there with them. It's just he hasn't had that big tournament. Like Bly, we've seen compete in MLG Dallas. We've seen him compete in a lot of European events. ParanOid has competed. He's competed in European events as well, but he hasn't quite broken out. He hasn't had his amazing performances at the stage where it counts. But he's capable of them. I've seen in some online leagues. I've seen him take down world-class players. It's just he hasn't brought that to a tournament where there's tens of thousands of people watching quite yet. But this could be his chance. At least if he does, if they keep going well in Acer Team Cup, he keeps doing well enough that they keep fielding him, and then once they get to the playoffs or something like that, he makes a big win. That could be the first step.
A win here could be great.
Oh
for
yeah,
him.
against Taeja. Yeah.
So what do you see? How do you see this kind of unfolding? I mean, the map is Star Station. ParanOid.
Yeah.
I'm not amazingly familiar with his playstyle, unfortunately. I haven't seen many matches from him. I don't know if is it kind of the same for you or.
So I used to run into him when I played, but this is all like years ago.
Sure.
In all those European dailies, he's one of the more unpredictable players.
Okay.
He does a lot of. He's very similar to Bly in a lot of ways, but again, actually, I don't actually know 100% because that's all information from
a while ago.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
In fact, that's all.
It's fine.
Stuff.
I mean, I think that has value. Sure.
So we'll have to see how he chooses to play. Now on Star Station, a couple of things you can keep in mind as a Zerg player. You have to be a little bit worried about defending your third base from harassment attacks early because spreading the creep from natural to third takes a while. And there's all that open area. So things like Hellions can be really annoying early on as Zerg. But then once you get past that Hellion stage, against Terran, speeding counterattacks, baiting run-bys into the third base or the fourth base.
A lot of open space.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles you can approach the third base from. And the more angles you can approach the third base from, mean that it's much harder for Terran. Like on some maps, they just build like 4 depots in a bunker, and now to attack the third base with a run by, you've got to commit a bunch of banelings, and it's more of a process, right? Whereas on Star Station, there's so many ways to rest at third base. Terrans have a really difficult time keeping track of that as the game goes on.
One thing that is probably clear or probably agreeable among many people right now is that this player in the bottom right might be considered the underdog here in this game. He is a little bit lesser known than his opponent, doesn't have as many results, but that doesn't mean he can't come in here, put the team on his back, and take a victory for Acer. He's your Blue Zerg player, ParanOid. His opponent in the top left-hand location, a legend of StarCraft 2. Representing Team Liquid, he has ridiculous amount of results all around the world, and he is a force to be reckoned with, and he will continue to be in many years to come. He is Taeja.
You know, one question here is if ParanOid loses, who does Acer put up next? I think that's where they pull MMA. Maybe Innovation. Depends on the map. The thing is if they can get rid of Taeja, then Innovation has a like.
I think
that'd be their goal. Their goal is to get rid of. Obviously, I mean he's playing. Their goal is to win. But their mindset is that like Innovation is a very heavy favorite against pretty much anyone except for maybe Taeja. Obviously heroes, if they're obviously there, you know, there's hero, TLO can be threats, but Innovation is definitely a guy who I think if you want to take him out, Taeja's your best bet. And so Liquid probably either has a backup plan to deal with if Taeja loses here or in the next match, they have some other players who are like, you guys can have this build to beat Innovation, right? You figured out a way to beat him, or they're just confident that Taeja won't lose to like he'll just keep winning. Right, and then why not use them, right?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's not a situation where Acer is maybe short on staff, or maybe they're waiting for something like that. Because that'll happen sometimes in team leagues when you have a scheduled match, but you're having trouble getting players. But no, ParanOid, I'm excited to see what he has in store here. This is a very tough game here for him. I mean, as far as expectations, not a lot of people are expecting him to beat Taeja. But if he can pull out a win here, that'd be great for him and, of course, for Acer. So look for him to bring out everything and anything and really try to test Taeja as much as possible. For now, though, we're seeing relatively standard builds from both players, very fast expansions. Taeja adding on 2 barracks, very standard play. And ParanOid adding on a gas. Some Zerg players will focus exclusively on the drones and the queens, but other Zerg players will get that early speed, try to deal with Reapers, get some early map control, and really keep an eye on their opponent.
And it's something where ParanOid probably assumes Taeja's going command center first, right? He hasn't scouted him yet, but it's Star Station, it's Taeja, probably going command center first. It's kind of what you'd expect. So some Zergs might have just went like blind 3 hats before pool against Taeja here, or maybe not blind, but drone scouted. The fact that he's getting speed early, he may have something up his sleeve. Either he just loves to tech fast off 2 bases, so we could see like fast meta play, like a 2-base meta type opening, or he has some type of attack similar to what we saw Bly use last game in store, some other type of timing. Now, the fact is that he's continuing to mine gas with 3 drones. I do think this is gonna be a fast meta build, almost for sure. I don't think he's going to try what Bly did.
So at 100 gas, we'll be looking for that layer from ParanOid, and then, of course, looking to stay on 2 bases and add on even more gases.
We'll see.
Because, like, there it is, this fast layer. Okay.
And
do you like this? Tell me your thoughts on it.
I don't mind it. There are some players who love the fast mutas, and then behind what you do is you get mutas as fast as possible. And if you can catch Terran off guard and you're not ready with turrets, often you can just win the game. Like, they won't leave them, you'll get a decisive advantage because you do so much economic damage to them. And then you'll have map control for quite a long time as well. That's the best case. The worst case is they do a timing that basically kills you before you get muted.
You have like 800 gas in the bank, and your finger is like shaking as it hovers over the mutilus because you're so excited you're going to get a bunch of mutas out, and then your Terran opponent is pushing across the map and just pummels you to death before you can get your mutas out.
Yes.
It might have happened to me in the past.
It's not going to happen this game, though, because he's up against Taeja. And I've pretty much never seen Taeja go for those, like, funky 2-base, like, combat shield timings or something weird like that. And that's what it would be. It would be like a combat shield marine timing. Like
He's not going for a faster command center here.
Yeah, no, he's not. This is the same. He did this, look at this. He did the same thing last game, actually. This is a very safe opening. And you notice.
So he saw the lack of third.
Yeah, he saw the lack of third, exactly. Now he's nervous. And this is really good for ParanOid. No fast third command center. The extra bunkers that are as a safety measure. This is literally the exact same way Taeja played last game. Just very fast 3 racks, straight getting stem, a single eBay getting upgrades. This isn't fast third double eBay. Faster double eBay is one of the very.
There's a scan.
Yep.
It's a big one. You see the
Well,
layer?
oh, he sees the spire. Even better.
Sees the spire.
That's even better because the layer could be something else. I mean, this time it's probably spire, but
Perfect scan.
yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. And look at this. He's gonna try to put some pressure on. And the baiting nest is 20 seconds away from completion. This could be difficult for ParanOid. When is he going to catch this? Just now he's seen it come across the map. So I think he probably wants to defend with just speed beams. Because he knows there's no way they can have stim up. There's just no way given the fact that Taeja opened command center first, which he already knows. This attack could potentially kill a third. I don't think it will. Not with 22 leads in production. I think ParanOid should be totally fine. And if he totally stomps this, he's going to be hit. Now, of course, the minerals he's spending on Zerglings, he'd rather that be drones after the mutas, but if he gets a bunch of Marine kills, all of a sudden his mutas are a lot scarier.
Bunch of Lings swooping out here. The Marine's
the Marine's getting a good spot.
They're going to target on the hatchery. They're going to try to cuddle near those minerals, but the Banelings coming forward. Let's see if ParanOid can make this work. And nice target fire there onto the Banelings by Taeja. Going to start kiting with those Marines, and these Lings, they're not getting a ridiculous amount of damage done, and Taeja being super cost efficient here.
Oh man, the positioning with Taeja was so good there. He's going to kill the hatchery now. This is actually disastrous for ParanOid. Maybe with some mutas, if he can micro-well use the regen. Hatchery goes down with the broodings. One muta falls, a second muta falls.
Oh my god, that's target firing.
Yeah, Taeja, look at that, how he just went straight for the mutas there. Got 2 muta kills as well as the Zerglings in the third base. That's an amazing victory for Taeja right there.
He knows about the mutas. You know, the mutas were delayed a little bit. He denied his opponent's third. He's going to get a third command center of his own, adding on a bunch of turrets.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get third command center of his own. He's actually going to 5
god,
barracks.
Yeah, he does. I didn't even. I assume behind that push he's putting down a third command center.
No, he's adding additional barracks.
Okay.
I think he
like,
knows this build, and he knows there's a weakness. Zerg relies on having total map control for about the next 2 minutes in this build. They say, I got mutas this early, I can do whatever I want for the next 2 minutes. And Taeja's like, no, you can't, because I'm actually going to make more units than you think I would have, because I'm not getting at third base. Now, ParanOid, I think, has spotted this. I think he's seen there's no third base anywhere. I mean, obviously, he knows not one landed, but I think he's figured out there's probably not one in the main either. If he got a count on the barracks, which he did actually, yeah, he saw all 5 barracks. So he knows it's coming, and he got baiting speed about as fast as possible. I think ParanOid actually is doing the right things to stop this, and this is for a player like Taeja, it's kind of a risk to commit to 2 bases for this long.
All right, Muta's coming in, trying to delay this push. Of course, looking for medevacs. That'd be the great pick-off for the Mutas, taking down those medevacs and staying the heck away from those Marines. But he's going to try to engage here. Lings and Mutas coming forward. Not enough units. He needs Banelings with this Baneling speed about to finish. +1 flyer attacks about to finish as well. So ParanOid, his goal right now, delay this as much as possible, get units on the field.
Oh, swooping into medevacs. Oh, the Mutas barely able to get out there in time. And, you know, taking damage on the Mutas is fine as long as you don't lose any because they will regenerate. So doing something like that where you put a little bit of damage on the medevac to take a little bit of damage is okay. Of course, Marines will kill Mutas so fast. You've got to be super careful with your control here.
Careful. Now, it's funny, like a part of me is feeling like Taeja is leaving these medevacs a little bit exposed on purpose so that
he's
when the
trying to
Mutas
bait
come
him.
forward, when the Mutas come forward, he can just stim up those Marines and do those injections into his body and then just try to snipe those Mutas down. That's a lot of damage.
I love this reaction. You know, ParanOid, he didn't continue getting Mutas after the first wave. He got like a few more, like the first wave being the first couple cycles. And that's because he scouted no third command center. So he knew attack like this was coming. And he's getting so many, actually, he's just going to go straight at base race.
Or mega flank.
Mega flank or base race, we'll have to see.
Okay, he's trying to pick up
I love this. This is so good. This is so good. Oh, look how he pulls the Mutas. Oh, no, but he pulled this one right back. He's so distracted trying to make sure his counterattack
the bait is going
works.
in, and this is actually huge. Okay, so we got a base trade situation on our hands. ParanOid attacking into Taeja's base. Taeja attacking on the other side of the map, splitting up those units, simming them up as well. Both these players having to focus supremely on controlling them, and here come the rest of the Banelings. And here they go right into the SCVs. They're trying to make it into that mineral line, taking down a lot of those guys and waiting on that production.
You know, ParanOid didn't. He needed to get the Mutas and the speed lanes into the production line, because when he didn't do that, all of a sudden he's not able to kill the. Like Banelings can't camp the production. I mean, they can, but they're just gonna die at each turn. Oh no, the Mutas taking critical damage as well.
So any damage at this point is like, I'm not sure how much it matters. Because look at all this stuff that Taeja has in his opponent's main.
Yeah, I'm not sure if base race was the right idea there. It's a very difficult army to stop, but I mean, the base race didn't even work.
Yeah. It was a good try. I mean, it seemed a little bit disjointed, the counterattack there from ParanOid.
It did. You know, I felt like he was trying to control his defense.
Oh, okay.
But, like, he didn't have anything to defend with. It's a matter of priorities. Like, he wasn't going to defend at as soon as he decided to send Ola's army out to counter, he was not going to defend that.
Unless he gets like miraculous banelings. But even then.
Yeah, maybe Bane and Landmines would have been actually that could have been sick if he had that.
Hey, Zerg players, if you're thinking about base trading more, get banelings and get burrow and use burrowed baneling landmines.
You put them on the ramp between your main and natural?
Yes. You know what else you get?
What do you get?
You know the answer to this.
Nidus?
Yes. Always. Okay, so now we're in Acer versus Liquid. Taeja, is he unstoppable today?
So far he is. I mean, his TVZ is looking spot on, and I mean, Acer doesn't have the Protosses.
No.
So if their Zergs aren't able to stop Taeja, they've got to pull out either MMA or Innovation.
I think they might be coming up next. I think either MMA or Innovation will be coming up next, guys. We'll find out, though, guys. You're watching Acer versus Liquid. Couple shout-outs to the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out. Potato Lisk, GTZ, Joker, Swisside, Eric McClan, Sup Shenanigans. I like your name. Yuki2474, Caristo, Terranez OP. Are you sure? Malleus, never again. Never again. Kloss318, Neuroglyphs, and Natalia Cubius. Your name is very hard to say, but I hope you guys are enjoying your stay at the MLG SC2 stream. Come hang out in the Twitch chat. Go subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com/official MLG SC2. You're watching Acer versus Liquid. Game 4 coming up next.